What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys, on the channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Huddersfield Town, away from home, guys. And let's get in straight into today's video. So we made 3 changes from the last game against Chelsea. Talk about the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Young, Lindelof, Jones, Shaw, McTominay, Matic, Pogba, Mata, Rashford and Sanchez. Overall reaction, I just don't know what's going on at the minute. I just really don't know what's going on. I'm lost for words. I'm speechless. I don't know where to start. It's going from bad to worse for Manchester United. We're not good enough. The players are absolutely embarrassing to watch. We're not good enough. Some of these players are not fit to wear the shirt. There's just no quality. There's just no heart, no passion, no pride, no fight, no desire. We're just awful at the minute. Never mind about the effort and attitude. They're both still awful and terrible. Don't even say that we tried everything. We didn't. I don't know why Ollie keeps on coming out saying in his press conferences that we're giving it everything, and we're not. And if you think we are not giving it everything, you need to get off your lazy backside and go and motivate those players. Because literally, we have no confidence going into every single game that we're going into. Yes, we're going into like the last game of the season now. These players just want the season finished. They just don't want to play. They just want the season to be finished. They want to be on their holidays now. And that's what it looks like. We cannot play the worst team in the Premiership right now that are already relegated. They've lost 8 games and we still can't beat a team like Huddersfield Town. How embarrassing is that? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to watch Manchester United go away from home and we can't even beat a relegated team. How embarrassing is that? How embarrassing. These players, they should be hurt. And yes, Rashford came out after the City game because he's a United fan and he said, you know, we're not Manchester United. And we're not Manchester United. In the last few weeks, we haven't been Manchester United. We haven't been a real Manchester United. Why is that? Because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the manager for Manchester United now. And these players are too relaxed. They're not going out there and they're not giving it everything. If they think they're giving it everything, you are watching a load of rubbish. There's no point of watching this team fail. We're in Europa League for next season. We're on Thursday night football. We deserve Europa League because we were nowhere near of getting that top 4. Yes, we were about 11 points off under Jose Mourinho, and then we brought things back. We were in a chance and we absolutely bottled it. We bottled it. Every single chance we got in every single game, we have bottled it. We had the most easiest run-ins and we bottled it. Same with Arsenal and same with Tottenham. Tottenham, Arsenal, United, bottled it. Not one team has capitalised. The only team has managed to get Champions League for next year is Chelsea. And the only way Arsenal are going to get into the Champions League next season is if they go and beat Chelsea in the Europa League. And Arsenal seem to be caring about the Europa League more than the Premier League anyway. And we're just lacking confidence, we're lacking motivation, we're lacking belief, trust, faith. We're not going out there, we're not expressing ourselves, and we're just appalling. We are not the real Manchester United. If you think that is the real Manchester United, you must be on drugs, because that out there is just rubbish. Rubbish to watch. That match against Huddersfield was terrible. It's like a training session match. We're just not good enough. We're appalling to watch. We're appalling. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Funny enough, I went to some gala dinner here in Malaysia. I met Wes Brown, and all these fans were cheering that we were going to get Champions League for next season. And I didn't cheer. You know why? Because I knew that we weren't going to get Champions League because of the way how we played. They were more confident. I knew straight away we weren't going to get Champions League. But it's not good enough. We deserve to be in Europa League for next season. You know why? Because we deserve it. And that's the only better place where we can be. To go and win that and to get into the Champions League. Yes, it's not where you want to be. We're a mess and we put ourselves in Europa League for next season. We're dreadful. We're awful. We've got to move on. Getting into the questions now. What did I make of the performance? Getting into the game more. I think first half we were great inside the first 15-20 minutes of the game. We had a bright start. We were quick. We looked sharp on the ball. The movement was quick. Played with aggression. We got on the front foot. We created chances. Tested the goalkeeper. We played attacking football. And then we got that one goal by McTominay. Then you would have been thinking, right, let's keep going, let's get a second one. But we just didn't look good enough to get a second goal. We are not good enough. Second half, we were dreadful. We're not good enough. We're not good enough. Second half was embarrassing. We weren't good enough. I've written down a few key things on here. You know, we were awful, we were dreadful. In the second half, we were just lacked on energy, urgency, passion, pride, fight, desire, spirit, heart, quality, you name it. We never tried whatsoever. Not enough effort, and attitude was appalling, to be fair. So never mind about the effort and the attitude, we were still shit. Don't just come out in the interviews after the game saying, yeah, you can't blame the effort and the attitude. There was no effort. We never tried. We never fucking tried. We never tried. If you think we tried, my God, you must be watching some different other game, because that was just appalling. We were awful out there against Huddersfield. After the first 15-20 minutes of the game, sort of let Huddersfield back into the game. We gave them that momentum in the first half. And then in the second half, they were just all around us. The next thing that you were going to see was Huddersfield scoring. They bloody scored. And that'll feel like a win for them, because they've not won in ages, because they've won literally 3 games. And Ollie came out before the game had started and said this will be their FA Cup final. He said it himself. So if you know if it's going to be their FA Cup final, you need to go for it. Did we go for it? No. We are not good enough. Some of these players, their careers are going to be over. And Ollie said that, and they don't deserve to be in a Manchester United shirt. We were an absolute embarrassment out there. We're absolutely embarrassing to watch. And the players should be hurt. The manager should be hurt. You know, we're not good enough. Where do we go from here? Well, Ollie's just been saying, you know, let's just get into pre-season, because we need it massively. We need the pre-season massively. It's a big pre-season. It's a big summer ahead. We need to make signings. We're just not good enough. Half of this team needs to go. Half of them. At least half of them don't deserve to be in the team. At least 6-7 of them need to go in the summer, because we're just not good enough. We are just not good enough. Second half was appalling, and after the first 15-20 minutes of the first half, we just let everything go to pop, and we let them score in the second half. Can't defend properly once again. We're an absolute embarrassment to watch. I just don't understand. We're an embarrassment to the club, and some of these players are just not fit to wear the shirt. We are not good enough, and that's why some of these players just want the season to finish, and they don't realise that there's still 1 or 2 games to go, and they're just not capitalising. And whenever Arsenal and Tottenham lose, we're not capitalising. Ollie thinks that we've been working on putting our chances away. Pogba couldn't put his chances away. Jones had a good chance. Fucked it. We're not good enough. Some of these players are not fit to wear the shirt. We're not good enough. It's when it matters as well. Why is United drawing to a team who are relegated? You know what? I don't even know. I don't know why we're drawing to such a shit team that can't get going this season. We said it that it was going to be their FA Cup final, and they went out there, gave it everything. They didn't give it everything inside the first 15-20 minutes, but we weren't good enough. We're just not good enough. Why are we drawing to a team who are already relegated? We just thought, let's just throw out that team and let's see where it takes us. We never showed enough heart, never showed enough spirit, never showed enough desire, never showed enough quality. Passion, pride, fight, not enough urgency, not enough energy. We're completely flat. I'm confused. There's a problem in this club, there's a virus. We need to sort it out for next summer. We're not going to sign the players in one transfer window, are we? So we're not good enough. Where do the mistakes come from? Sloppy passing. Kept on losing possession. We can't hold on to the ball. It's a problem. Whenever we get hold of the ball, suddenly we're just losing the ball. Stupidly. Sloppy mistakes. Sloppy, stupid mistakes, and we're not capitalising. We are not good enough. The mistakes just came from the passing, and then defence. The defence has been a problem for us since last season. We're just not good enough. Not fit to wear the shirt, and they need to leave. Who is to blame? You have to blame the manager and the players. Once again, the manager has to take responsibility, because he's the one who's leading out the team, who's picked the team. It's his tactics, his game plan. So you have to blame some of it on the manager and some of it on the players, because yet again, the players are not turning up. It plays a big part. The players have to turn up. Are we turning up? No. We're not good enough. We have to accept that we're not good enough. We are a Europa League team. You have to blame the manager and the players. Is it going to be a big summer for United? Definitely. We need to sign the players that we need to. We cannot be sitting back wait until like the last week of the transfer window. So we've got to make signings once the window opens, once it shuts. We can't be sitting back and thinking, yeah, let's wait until the final week of the transfer window. So we've got to make signings within the first 3 days of when the window opens. We've got to make signings thick and fast. We're not going to sort it out in one summer. Well, it's going to take us at least 3 transfer windows to sort it all out. And that means this summer, January next year, and next summer. So we're nowhere near of battling for City and Liverpool right now. We're not good enough, and we are not at that level. We can't play like them. We're not good enough. We have to accept it, that we're not good enough. And we have to accept that we're a Europa League team because we ain't good enough. First goal, Mata passed it to Sanchez. Sanchez passed it back to Mata. Mata passed it to Rashford. Rashford tries to pass it back to Mata. The Huddersfield player set up McTominay because it took a deflection. McTominay beats the defender and puts it in for 1-0. Let's talk about the substitutions. Matic went off for Herrera. Talk about Matic's performance. Steady enough but did not work the ball quickly enough against a similarly pedestrian opponent. United could have done with under Herrera. Sanchez went off for Chong. Talk about Sanchez's performance. Had the infirmity to moan at a teammate earlier on, yet was applauded when he played a catch in practice with keeper Jonas Lörsel. He is shot. Lindelof went off for Dalot. Talk about Lindelof's performance. Had Jones alongside him, but was not as flustered in certain situations. Had the chance to bring the ball out of defence a number of times. I didn't really understand the substitutions, the likes of Lindelof going off for Dalot because he was like one of our best defenders out there. And again, the tactics were wrong. We're not good enough. Oh well, it's our final and last game of the season against Cardiff. Cardiff are 18th in the table, and we've lost multiple of games. We've drawn 2 games. I don't see us beating Cardiff at home because we're not good enough to beat a team like Huddersfield that are relegated. We've completely embarrassed ourselves against them. So if we can't beat them, we're not going to beat Cardiff, are we? I'm being realistic here. If we can't beat Huddersfield, we can't beat Cardiff because they're relegated as well. Cardiff have picked up the recent games, you know. They've picked it really up. They went all out against Crystal Palace because they had to win that and they didn't win it. So they're relegated. They'll probably want to have a good go at it as well because it's their last game of the season. It's everyone's last game of the season. All I want to see is at least smiles back on everyone's faces because we're just not playing at our standard recently. And if we can't beat Huddersfield, we're not going to beat Cardiff, are we? Big turnaround. We've got a massive week ahead to turn things around. Needs to be fixed for next week if we want to win. Yes, we beat Cardiff earlier on in the season. We beat them 5-1. That day we really turned up and picked up the 3 points and got the job done and got the win. I don't see us beating Cardiff. There's just no confidence in the team. There's just no spirit. There's just no faith, no belief in the team. I just don't see us winning this. I'm being realistic here. If we do want to win it, we have to prepare well. We have to be physically, mentally prepared on it. Defensively, we need to be rock solid. The tactics and the game plan need to be spot on. Cardiff will want to have a real good fight at us. It'll be their FA Cup final, so we have to go for it. At least pick up the 3 points because this is the last game of the season. So I won't be too surprised if we draw this as well. If we win, we win. If we draw, we draw. If we lose, we lose. We need to hope for at least a win. At least finish the season on a W. So I don't like losing games and I don't like drawing games because you just drop out on 2 or 3 points. So we're not good enough. We have to move onwards and upwards, but we have to try and go for it against Cardiff. If we don't go for it, what's the point of playing for Manchester United? If you're not going to go for it, just get out of the club. The door's open. But if we don't go for it, we're not going to get a result. I just don't see us beating Cardiff at home because we got beat by City. I just have no words, really. I just have no words to describe everything right now. And I'm not in the mood of ranting, so it needs to be fixed. The players need to take a long, hard look of themselves. We're just not good enough. If we do want to win this, we've got to go for it. Tactically, we've got to be on it. Physically, mentally prepared. Game plan needs to be spot on. Pick the right starting 11 for once, Ollie. Just don't change your bloody half-time team talk. We've just got to go out there, do our best. Last game of the season. No point of sitting back. Go for it. We don't go for it, we're not going to get the result. Simple as. Players to look out for: Murphy, Bacuna, Reed, Mendes, Lang, if I'm saying his name right, Ward, Niaz and Zahor. they're the place to look out for. We've just got to create chances, take our chances, scoring our chances, test the goalkeeper, hopefully just get the job done. Last game of the season, no point of going defensive. We're at home, we've got to give it everything. We don't give it everything, we're not going to win. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in the next video in the next couple of days, and peace.